Hello and welcome to another coaching video, and we have a Platinum Mordekaiser versus a Platinum Lillia. Now, what's most important to note about the Mouth of Sauron skin here is that, one, it is absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of teeth, even the mallet has teeth. That I enjoy. Now, Lillia, Omega strong, Giga fun, on the SJ page, and the tier list just released on the main channel, so obviously go to the Virkayu main channel, and you'll see the best junglers tier list for this patch. Brand new jungle. Now, what I want you to focus on is how quickly, when we talk about this game, we talk about fundamentals, we talk about all regular jungling stuff, how 13.20 ends up being irrelevant. All that matters is how strong one fundamental is over the other. So think about it this way. Farming is a fundamental, ganking is a fundamental, jungle clearing is a fundamental, and all that will happen is weighting will shift into which one is most important, right? So currently, the most important thing for you, one of the fundamentals that you need to know, is counter jungling, supreme. So, even though Mordekaiser has not been on the radar for a while, Lillia has been. Now he can come back a little bit because his fisting is decent early, his fighting decent is his fighting early is decent, but if an enemy jungler is a ganker, Ramus, Maokai, Zac, things like this, who are very good in the meta because they don't mind being low econ, but maybe a higher econ ganker like a Rek'Sai makes mistakes, dies, and you get to counter jungle some of these camps. Ooh! Ornn kills the volley bear, and obviously while we're having a chat, your misfortune has killed the bottom lane. You get the lead as well, so pay attention to that while you're clearing, always F-king around, looking at your laners. So the most important thing is counter jungling. So Rek'Sai, hypothetically, does the blue side and ganks bottom lane. You see this. She dies. She makes a mistake. You're here currently. Like, oh, I can take your raptors. I can invade this. I can take this away. Now imagine a Rek'Sai does this, goes ahead and ganks down here, and you full clear, and then you go back to base, and then the Rek'Sai randomly comes back down here again, and you know that the respawn of the raptors are happening and the respawn of the Krugs, level 4. You snack those, right? As Mordekaiser, as a farming jungler, you're like, yeah, thanks. That's good and big because now those camps are going to respawn most likely level 6, and the extra HP we're talking about with these camps is going to be that much higher, and the jungler who's been ganking might not have the levels, experience, or gold to take those quickly enough. So now to spend a lot of time taking those high level camps while you don't have such issues because you're a high level. So the econ is the same, but it takes longer to get. So if you're bad with time and you make bad decisions, counter jungling and farming is important. Controlling your camps as a farming jungler is important. Even as a ganking jungler, just ensuring you don't get counter jungled is important, and ensuring that you do some counter jungling gets you back in the game if you're behind. Now, the Mordekaiser's perspective here, obviously I would prefer, that we do the grump before the blue, because I think here the importance of sequencing is so big. Say you can't do the Scuttle Crab prior, you have to go back to base. You can take this one, maybe gank bot lane, then you want to resequence. You want all those camps quickly, right? You want to be quickly infused with a golden experience so that you can actually take over games and not be left behind trying to fight camps that have a gazillion HP. So counter jungling big, full clearing is strong, ganking is only good if you're reliable at it, or you're a tank and happy at low econ. Lillia decides, hey, I can fist for the Scuttle Crab, and Mordekaiser says, but I am the Mouth of Sauron. Before I got my head cut off by Aragorn, and here we go. Flash bonk, auto attack, beautifully done. We should have noticed that the Zerath was rotating. Don't do it. Run away. Yeah, well, volley has no flash, but yeah, this ain't so good. If you want help implementing this information into your own game, I have a free jungle improvement resource and a dedicated program where we have jungle video courses, jungle coaching VOD libraries, weekly coaching classes, Q&As, patch note rundowns, private high elo streams, as well as a private jungle Discord. And I know how to make junglers convert from low elo to gold to emerald to diamond to master plus. If you want to climb faster than anybody you know, jungle diff every game you play, head to virkayu.gg. Yeah, this ain't so good. Yeah, so in that situation, leave. You kill the Lillia, you see the Zerath rotating over, hopefully, but understandable if you don't. At the very least, you know the volley bearer is pushing up, so, you know that you could actually end up in a very rough situation from the Zerath and things like that, so it's important that you kind of don't overcommit. Nice kill from the Ash there. It's important you don't overcommit for the Scuttle Crab. You got the kill, leave, go back to base. You know Lillia is coming directly down to the Scuttle Crab, will gank bottom lane most likely. You don't need to force this RNG Scuttle when you've got a kill versus enemy jungler, right? Especially if you have no pride, don't die for it. I mean, it's great to get, but the laners have wasted time rotating. If they get nothing, that's thumbs up for you. So now you can carry on sequencing, right? In the meantime, Lillia, for some reason, is taking 10,000 years coming down to this bottom Scuttle. With low HP Nyla, Karma, they should be very careful about the the swirl seed. We snacked it away a little early in the smite, but we grab it. That's a good outside and rule. Hey, I know she's going there. I can beat her because I killed her. I got the blasting wand. Thresh will have Lantern though, so don't waste too much time here. Off we go. Go. Leave. Quick. Timing. and speed. Very important in this new meta. Okay, you cannot have downtime. You will be doomed and gloomed. So, the benefit here of giving up that top scuttle is exactly everything that you just watched would have occurred anyway. But you wouldn't have died, which is big. Krugs, Raptors, cut in and snack this. If Lillia repeat ganks in the bottom lane for whatever reason, counter jungle, boom, you win the game. The next camps that are going to spawn, while she's good with percentage HP and she'll be okay, against your typical jungler that's still going to take him more time to do things, more time to rotate, it's less optimal, you get higher econ, it's just such a good thing. So the reason why Ramesses and Zacs and Sejuani's and Maokai's are so good is they gave resistances, scaling to the pets, obviously, okay, and they did cap, obviously, the healing therein, but, you know, that's why everyone's a little low HP when they clear things. Here's the Lillia, so now don't go for the Scuttle Crab. We'll finish that point in a second. Come. Yeah. Okay, Ash is like, I'll do it myself. Flashes the sweet spot from the W and then turns the ult into the kill on them. Okay. Now, go take her Raptors. Do it. Go take her Raptors. She's dead. You can do this afterwards. Take her Raptors. Okay. This is where it's falling apart. I like it. Just don't die. I like it. I don't like it. We should have rotated and helped. Killed immediately. Hopefully maybe killed the Xerath as well. Who knows what could have happened. At least the Lillia dies. Maybe you kill her as well. Take this. Juicy. You know she's coming out of base. Fall back to this sucker here. Or you can gank here before the scuttle. Fall back down to the scuttle and then grab wolves. You understand? Instead, we took the scuttle, ignored the gank, which could have gone, like, Ash outplay, but it could have been worse. Now we're going up here wasting time that she's dead, not counter jungling. Counter jungle is your friend. Please, use it and think very deeply about, hey, they're dead, I can take shit. Especially this patch. Like, this is a waste of time. You know, he knew you were there. You could have easily taken the Raptors, taken Scuttle, taken your Grumble and Wolves here. You could be level 6 already. Powerful stuff. No. When you're a level 6 focused jungler, I understand the need to go mid lane and things like this, but dude's got double buffs. You know, the Ashe has no ultimate currently. He's got wave clear. You're not going to walk at him and get stuff. And of course, you have Flash and not Ghost anyway, so... No! Well... It fell apart. That's so sad. He was doing so good, and then he just threw it away. And now she went Raptors Krugs for some reason, so she's going to have to loop all the way back this way. Just go Krugs Raptors. I don't know. Okay. Right. So why are tank junglers so good? Because if you took away, say, the Lillia's Raptors here and Krugs here, the Sejuani, the Maokai, the Ramus, they don't give a shit, right? They don't mind being lower econ. And because they have better scaling on the pet now with those armor magic resist buffs, rotate mid lane. I know bottom lane's low, but here we go. Should be level 6. They're able to actually handle clearing those higher HP camps and dealing with those camps. They don't need as much to stay relevant, right? So I think it's an interesting thing to talk about, but here we go. Double Claw, not necessarily what you want when you have a melee ADC with no subs. Now, if we have ult here, we can ult the Xerath instead of having a flash away. Ult Ashe. She's not ulting. Misfortune's rotating. She misses the ult. Now she's going to die to the Misfortune. Now we're going to die to the Misfortune and the Xerath as well. It's all compounding. The negativity is all compounding. Oof. I understand. Hey, lane or gap, why did Xerath rotate and kill me? I get it, but don't die to it. She still killed Volley, right? So don't die to it. Here, you ditched your laner for a crab, wasted time on a terrible gank assessment, didn't counter jungle, skipped your camps for level 6, and now you want level 6 when you should have been able to save the Ashe, potentially, and hopefully. Compounds. And the most important thing is, as we see Lillia coming down to the bottom side, but for context in Platinum, I expect you to know she's bottom side 100%, because she dies. You see her here, right? She comes back to the mid lane, she dies again, and now you see her come back to the mid lane with plus 8 CS. Well, what could you have done for plus 8 CS? Most likely the Raptors and the Krugs. Right? So now you know that these are down. She's going to respawn from the death here. These 3 camps will be up, Dragons up, bottom lane's pushing. You know she's coming down to the bottom side, right? Tracking fundamentals. But we have not maximized her mistakes. We've not maximized our own pathing. We've not maximized anything. We've compromised ourselves over and over again. And now I hope Lillia comes to the bottom side here. Let's take a look. There she is! Scanning on the approach. Again, not entirely necessary, but that's okay to do so. It's better if you're going to guarantee the gank because the lane's in a good position. Don't scan. Go for the gank. Get the kills. Scan on your way out. Nice hook. Scan on your way out, right? Because you're not going to stop to clear this. And now you've wasted your scanner proc. So Mordekaiser, instead of just focusing on his own farm, He's loitering, he's shadowing, he's looking too hard. You know, focus on your sequencing if you're sequencing jungler. Focus on 6, counter jungle, and take good ganks. And I think the biggest thing here, okay, Lillia is coming back to us because she's getting that Scuttle Crab. We're going in for the Thresh here, which we should be able to get. Misfortune's going to ult there. The Swirl Seed goes through. Hits 3 people! 3 people! That's a huge Lillia Swirl Seed into a beautiful ultimate, into the Xerath Sperm Shots of Doom, and there you go. Nice rotation, nice Swirl Seed, nice ultimate. Great job. I got stuck culturally between 3 and 3 and 3. Let me know which one you prefer on one hand. If you can do some other combination, that's great, but, you know, now you're just doing Devil Horns. So, we have here the Lillia redeeming herself. Assault hits while she's going to be stunned for 10,000 years. And you know what's funny about that is we should probably have Tool playing in the background. I'd be okay with that. Right? If I'm going to get stunned for that long, then play Tool or something. Let me relax and enjoy. So, Misfortune accepts her death. Lillia with the percentage damage will not be as impacted by what I'm saying as other junglers, but will still be infected. Infected and affected. Here, in this particular case, I love going straight for the Herald. And obviously, Navali goes and snacks that sucker away. And, you know, we can know he's on it, but if you know Lillia's on this, go straight forward, say, oh, hey, bro, can we do something about this? Because I don't want to give this up. I don't want to give up this Herald for no particular reason. I want to go for it. A little oddly self-serving. Anyway. So, back to the Mordekaiser, closes camps here. Now he's on a full sequence. Alright, his Raptor camp is randomly up because he ditched his effective pathing. The plant has been yeeted by the Bear of the Storm. We know Lillia now will 99% be going to the top side. If she does it, we'll have counter jungling, right? So, she should go top side. If she doesn't, we can have counter jungling moments. Volibear's going all in on the Ornn. We have here... Ooh. That was weird, right? Alright, well... you can Q1, or just Q on Ornn. You can hit an E for the knockup, and then you can Q, R, E knockup. R comes, hit it again, another knockup. You got Brittle, another knockup. So that's a basic thing to kind of change CC and spot, and hopefully burn some sums. But now we know she's in the top. So irritating when this happens. You know she's probably here, man. You know? I don't know what caused him to start waffling like this. I don't know what caused this. Because he had such great options and control from the Lillia's mistakes. She literally ran in at level 3 thinking she could kill a Mordekaiser level 4. He showed her that she could not. Her ult's back up again. The Volibear here is... Oh, that Assault, man. She's playing out of her mind. She's playing very, very well. But now Lillia's going to become a bit of an obnoxious piece. She's really strong, guys. Now, most Lillias are really bad at kiting, as you can see here a little bit. Like, this is not the best kiting ever. But they're still able to at least keep enough MS out of AA range, trying to avoid crucial spells, keep sustaining up with the heal. You can't let her get to this point with Leandries. And, you know, the whole thing is Lillia gave you the game on a plate. Hey, I'm going to die here. Hey, I died here too. Hey, I died here, you know, and I should have lost my camps for him, but I didn't because you wasted time. So the big lesson here is even if you're a farming jungler, specifically if you're a farming jungler, because ganking junglers can afford themselves to be low econ a lot of the time at the moment. But if you're a high econ jungler, your ganks have to be really well calculated. You have to know when you're going for stuff and why. Don't just walk, hey, I need to impact top lane, let's go. It can't be a thing, right? Hey, that lane, I would love to help you, but it looks doomed. Sorry, bro, I'm going to do my Grump Wolves. It's just better. You've got to be really specific when you gank, why you gank, who you gank, and weaving in those camps in between. And whenever an enemy jungler makes a mistake, that's an objective, that's counter jungling, and you have to play like this. So what it's done, ultimately, in 1320, as you start to realize that I'm talking about all the things I always talk about, it's amplified a lot of good jungle habits. You've got these good jungle habits. If you've got this jungle diff mentality, you're going to start to take over this thing. Really, you will notice it. Right. The Ornn with Barmies and Sunfire went mid lane versus Xerath. That's a great lane trade, guys. Yes. Yes. Now he's like, should I go bottom lane? You know, I've got ult in 36. Should I do something? Like, he's got downtime. Here's Lillia going for the dive. You know, she should have the Herald. We should have the Herald. Lillia's ult is up in 17. Here, we're going to smite, swoop. Scatter again. Misfortune gets the kill. Swirl Seed misses. It's a bit unfortunate. Mordekaiser's on his way down here. That's what you have to pay attention to. Another plate is gained. Mordekaiser's like, hey, can I do something? Because he has Rylai's. The Thresh ult is really well placed to get that slow. And Misfortune's most likely running the other way. Being safe. Mordekaiser's like, can I help you? Ult's up in 2, so he's going to try catch Misfortune, but she's really fast. So I don't think he will be able to, actually. He's just started waffling so much. I mean, the skin looks fantastic. You look glorious. Lovely. Really like the skin. But you are just absolutely lost with your pathing. That was a weird interaction, right? The Q-bug went through despite being a lullaby. So the Lillia dies 557, but I mean she's locked her damage, she's got her CC, she's snowballed the lanes, she's only down 1 camp, right? Like this is really good from the Lillia after the first phase was terrible. And by really good I mean it's serviceable. It's not actually something that's that amazing. It's just baseline. And if you think about it, if this is the baseline platinum performance from the Lillia, platinum 5 years, you gotta be able to beat it. And I think Mordekaiser was so damn close, he just didn't harness their power. Very unlucky. Bottom lane do get the turret though. We can kind of mentally reset here, obviously. Volibear is fighting the Ornn on the top side. He's going for the AP build. And that's what also makes the Ornn build a little bit funny. Didn't notice that. I was busy worrying about the junglers. Here we go again. Didn't have his E, but he does get the kill. Well then. Well, I don't need magic resist if he's dead. Problem is, you've got 180 threat, right? You're facing AP, and only Misfortune's the issue. So rushing the Sunfire there is a little bit silly. You don't want to be doing that. And this has done what? Grievous wounds healing reduced 221. AP volley. With no HP. So his healing without HP and AD is less. It's a separate discussion, isn't it? Anyway, so the Mordekaiser did shadow that okay, I suppose. In the meantime, Lillia has died again. So, is what it is. Focusing on the Mord for the time being. We'll focus on both. So the Lillia's death there, that 6th one we saw off screen. I mean, we can have a look at it down here actually quickly. You know, yeah, she just overcommits on the bottom side, obviously. What that's done is compromised her CS. Like, look now. She was down 1 camp. She died again. Now she's down 20. Ugh. And now we're counter jungling, which we should have done beforehand, but we're putting ourselves in a situation where, you know, the enemy jungler should be so far down here, they have to leave automatically. Now she does, obviously, because Ashe's Pride and Xerath is on the bottom side, but stay, do something here. Dragon's available, we have a Herald, I'm okay giving him that dragon. Individual dragons have been compromised. Lily is gone, you can do it, don't waste time. Snappy. That's the biggest thing I can kind of try and get through as a message of this game. Maximize your pathings, maximize your decisions, maximize their mistakes, and be efficient about it. Never stop moving. There you go. But of course we don't have Ornn R now, and Volibear burns his ultimate, which is fine. We'll take that, right? We'll take that. So here we need to make sure we get that Herald because Lily's on the bottom side. Snowballing the bottom lane. That's like her decision. She's decided, hey, let me snowball the Misfortune. You know, Mordekaiser. This is the thing. When you play like this, you could shut down the enemy jungler, and they cannot snowball anybody. And then you can choose which one you want to snowball, and that's a very pronounced lead. So if you decided to snowball the Ashe, and you took Lillia out of the game, then, well, you're still in ADC. Then, this Misfortune would not be fed, right? And they could not handle maybe the fed Ashe, for example. Probably not the Ashe. The Ashe is probably not the best example here. So just think typical mid laner that we can snowball. Here we go. Oh, that's unlucky, but again, fine. We'll take it. You know, if a solo lane is doing that, that's great, and that's also why that Volibear build is pretty terrible. Ooh, that's not a good Herald. The Herald's wasted. The turret didn't need to be, you know, the Ornn's low. He's going to leave. This is now another push. The whole red team is resetting here. TP's coming through. We're baiting in too much stuff. That's a terrible Herald. Terrible Herald. Not good Herald. Again, Mord is strong. Like, the Mord himself is strong. The issue is the laners on the enemy team are so much stronger because the Lillia, despite her flaws, has at least been there for them. She has 15 out of 23 KP. She's got it on 2 dragons. She's at least tried to make impact for her laners. And the Mordekaiser, while he has, his decision-making for the ganks was just so much worse. So much a waste of time. And he did optimize his own econ. So if you're going to solo carry, be a bit of a farming 1v9 dominant, at least it's Ashe. This champion is just ridiculous. This champion is so strong in the right hands and when she's fed. Swirl Seed of the wall? Yes, you see, I knew it was going to happen. There we go. Not even Swirl Seed. I feel like you should just automatically die for that. I don't feel like you should be saved at all for that. I feel like you should just Like, when you mess it up, the game should detect that it's terrible, and you spontaneously explode into minions. Like, psh. Enemy, you die. The nearby Ash gets 500 gold, and the blue team gets 10 bonus minions from your corpse that run into them. And they're all supers, but they're squishy, and they're worth 1 million gold. Like, I feel like if you mess that up, you should never live. All she had to do was chuck a swirl seed. All she had to do is be very, very patient. Smite Q. Like, the smite does less damage, guys. That's big. So she would have died from the smite. Yeah, I get it. I get it. She died because she thought the smite would do more. I mean, even if it was the old smite, I would assume at this particular stage that she would live. It's just an assumption. I need to smite twirl. All right, the smite kills. Oh, cool. I didn't need to twirl, right? Always be pleasantly surprised. This is not the same as when you have an ability like, oh, I know if I hit this Q, they die and I can walk away. The Iron Man explosion works on champion abilities. For smite, it's always like, let me slow and hit my ability as like a, just in general. You were taking dragons, barons, heralds, grums, blues. It doesn't matter. You're thinking about combining your smite with abilities all the time. Rarely are you just smiting and then ulting. I got you, Kane. That should not be allowed. If you miss all your spells as Kane, you do not get to ult me. Be better. Hopefully they introduce that as well. That's why Dustblade's so stupid. So maybe I see the rocks here, but there were no rocks in game. Is that it? Is that the possibility? Is that glitch? Because that's the glitch where the map is just not showing. Patch 13.20, everybody. Patch 13.20. This shit should have not been released in one patch. I don't, like, whoever's in charge of this, right, guys, I love you, but, like, this is a preseason level patch with astronomical changes to the game. It's literally a new game for most of us. So much has changed, and you're going to be changing mythics, right? So the best thing you could have done is just say, look, we're going to do this in 3 phases. First, a jungle phase, right? First, a jungle phase. We're going to change all the jungle stuff, and we're going to push it through for 2 weeks. Then we're going to do the runes, you know, a month later, and then we're going to do the items. The problem with the whole thing is that you put all these changes at once. Obviously, items will come later. Mordekaiser's out of position here, does ult there over the wall, so he's just going to try and escape, hopefully. I don't think he's going to live, guys. Whew, that's a Baron, right? That's a Baron. Baron. Okay, so I've had to stop because I wanted them to do the Baron, but then you look at the Volibear TPs to this bottom lane turret. This guy's not interested in Misfortune's one-shot, so you're not going to do it fast enough at all because they nerfed it. So basically, you only do this if your whole team is there, Misfortune bases, and you bait the Karma in or someone and you kill them, and then you can do it more freely as Misfortune comes out of base, right? Like that's the idea. But now it's silly, and obviously we have this Mordekaiser ult glitch. There we go. Oh no, it's still going. It's still swoopty and swimming. No. No. Yes? Yes, okay, it's fixed. Right. It does it with Mordekaiser ult. He's walking through rocks, I can't get over this. So, yeah, the Baron is a bait, unless everyone's there, in which case maybe you can do it, but Misfortune should have based anyway. Now, everyone's grouped up for this Mountain Dragon, because this is the one they need. Thresh is face checking toward. Misfortune dying is going to dying does cost them, obviously. Oh, Dareth is such a silly champion. Mordekaiser is now running into 4 people for some particular reason and dying. And the Xerath at the end of the day is 11-1 because of the Lillia making these plays, and the Mordekaiser not leveraging his lead more enough at all. Ashe isn't even in the picture either. Died. I've run out of things to say for once. This is where you guys lose games. Red team are going to clean this up easily. Nice asleep, nice Q, easy bonk, swoopty swoop, run around, here we go, doot. Yeah, it's just the whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous because, well, sorry, the Ashe was dead. That was a Nyla that died, but whatever. So the whole idea is that the Thresh makes a big mistake going into this chokehold. Now, these two are coming out of base because she just respawned. Okay, she's coming up as well. Don't go into the chokehold here. Turn and just burn this down quickly. Burn it down, and if someone shows up single, kill them as well. Then if someone else shows up single, kill them as well. Take the dragon, take the Baron, go back to base, everyone shove, end of game. But instead, you're so worried about this, like the Nyla goes way too deep here. She's just going to get actually exploded. And the Mordekaiser should just go, okay, well guys, come on, what are you doing? At the very least, you're now 4v4. You could still be here, Ashe is on her way. Catch this wave and shove this up, right? Catch the wave, shove it up, trying to apply macro pressure. Don't walk into a chokehold against 4 people with a suboptimal build. I don't like the build at all. And die. And obviously everyone else just is in a precarious spot, you know? It's on the Nyla, sure, but we made that mistake as well. And from this, they should go to the Baron also. Should easy be a gold reset into a Baron. The Xerath is just too fed now. I mean, credit to the Lillia. Look, it was not a good game. Strategically, pathing-wise, brain-wise, or anything like that. But she did help her lanes. And their ganking assessment and rotations were better than the Mordekaisers, who wasted any advantage he had, wandering the map, and not being efficient. And on this patch, you gotta be. That's a big lesson. That's the biggest lesson. I mean, this is great and all, but you guys are all over the wall. I mean, there you go. You know? The problem is, like, you can do nothing. Well, once the Xerath go and get you. He's just so fed. And Nyla's down here fighting a Volibear, you know? It's just discombobulated and unfortunate and sad. And now they push up. And everyone respawns. And I think we have one more team fight, but it looks like it ran away from them. Yeah, the Mordekaiser just threw all his advantages. Good skin, sad jungling. Karma's out of position. Thresh is again out of position as well. We should just be collapsing and killing the Thresh immediately, but we're not doing that. Now we're getting hooked. Misfortune's rotating. The Lillia is frontlining here. The Xerath is spearing from the back line. Volibear is flanking as well. Owen's coming down from the top side. Then Karma's dead from the cum shots of the Xerath. He's going to bonk into the middle there. Volibear turn and kill the Ashe. She dies. That's good, but now you're going to die because your build sucks. Oh, actually, I like that build. It's good, but I don't like the top lane. I like the jungle a bit more. And that's it. Everyone out of position. No one rotating into the fights that they need to. And, you know, bless them. Messy, messy, messy. But honestly, interesting game. And I think at the end of the day, yes, things have changed for 13.20. But don't overthink it. The stuff that was good is still good. It's just how much you got to do with one thing or another. And in this particular case, smart ganking, efficient ganking. Keep your camps off the map and under your control. And then counter jungle the rest. And you should see some good success. And ban Remus. Thank you very much for watching. Virkayu GG for all your jungle needs. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.